So this particular plant is an annual. The scientific name is Erigeron canadensis. Sometimes they used to be called, I think it was reclassified from before, where it was sometimes called Caniza canadensis. Anyway, it's an annual found over North and Central America, but it's been introduced all sorts of other places. Common names are just tons. I mean, it's called horseweed, Canadian horseweed, Canadian fleabane, colt's tail, mare's tail, butterweed. Again, a plant that disturbed areas takes over quite a bit, and as an annual, it produces a ton of seeds. This is it in bloom. The blooms are tiny, small, white, produce these wind-dispersed little seeds. A few things feed on them. It's considered not just weed in some places like Ohio, even though it is native, partially because it's incredibly resistant. It's one of the first things to build resistance to glyphosate, things like Roundup. And so it's difficult to control. And in areas where they raise things like soybeans, it can really reduce those yields. But an annual that comes up very, very quickly, grows huge. You can hear you got 8 feet or so tall, slightly hairy stems, but a plant that, although it looks big and impressive, has very, very, very tiny flowers. Just one of those things where you always expect a lot more from this. But an annual, important pioneering species, and in that role, it's pretty vital in reclaiming lands and so forth, even though we don't want it in formal areas. Erigeron canadensis, Caniza canadensis, again, a lot of times just called horseweed or mare's tail. Lots of common names.